America, voters in 2 states weighing in on abortion restrictions on the ballot next week. The decision whether to approve them or not continues in Louisiana and Colorado now. To Louisiana, voters there will decide whether or not to amend the state's constitution or to add language that expresses whether the document offers protection for the right to abortion or the funding of it. Over to Colorado, voters there are considering Prop 115, which would ban abortion beginning at 22 weeks. If passed, doctors who continue to perform abortions after 22 weeks could face a $5,000 fine and up. Now, someone who knows a lot about both sides of the abortion debate after researching it for years for her new book, The Choice, The Abortion Divide in America, joins me to discuss more on this hot topic. Welcome to the show, Danielle D'Souza. Danielle, hi, how are you?
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for coming back on the show. Let's talk about your book, but before we get to it, this has been such a divide for our country. And to me, again, I'm a Christian, so I have an opinion. I'm pro-life. I get that the government, because God's world and man's world are two different things, that you shouldn't tell a woman what to do with her body, so the government probably shouldn't, even though I'm pro-life. But now we've got 2 states where this is on the ballot. We know that everybody is up in arms about, I think, soon to be, probably within an hour or so, Justice Barrett getting on the Supreme Court and what that could mean for Roe v. Wade. But in your research, what did you find out there? Is it really across party lines, like the left firmly believes in it, the right does? Or is this just a hodgepodge of different viewpoints from folks all across our country when it comes to abortion?
Yeah, the left likes to act like, we're 50-50 on this issue, but in reality, over 75% of Americans are against second and third trimester abortion, so late-term abortion. And over 75% of Americans are also against federal funding for abortion. Both of these things are things that the Biden-Harris ticket is pushing. Biden and Harris are both pushing for overturning the Hyde Amendment, which would make Americans like you and me pay for other people's abortions. So in reality, we actually have a lot of unity when it comes to the American people on their view of abortion, but this doesn't align at all with what the Democrats are pushing. And you also mentioned Amy Coney Barrett and her nomination and now confirmation coming up. And I think that most Americans actually, according to polling, support Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah, I think they do too. I'm amazed at that number, 75%. That doesn't go, obviously, with the left's narrative that the country is evenly divided. I don't understand how, and I see this in a couple states, and you can fill me in, there's a few states out there that are pushing or already approved abortion literally right up until the last, week or the day before. That's insane to me.
It is completely insane. And what's more insane is that even Governor Ralph Northam of Virginia, who talked about, keeping a baby comfortable after it's born, then a discussion ensuing as to its fate after it's born, he is still the governor of Virginia. He was not asked to step down by his party. And unfortunately, the Democrats have not distanced himself from people like him or Governor Cuomo, who lit up the Freedom Tower pink to celebrate 9-month abortions for no medical reason.
Just disgusting. I mean, again, I try to, everybody knows it's a talk show, so I have an opinion. But even removing my opinion, I don't understand how anyone in their right mind can say you should abort a living person. What is it, by the way? The youngest that has ever, preemie babies ever made it? Has it been 21 weeks, 22 weeks?
Yeah, actually, most babies in the 3rd trimester can survive outside the womb. So this idea of viability continues to move earlier and earlier as technology advances. And when Roe v. Wade was decided, they actually thought viability was a very important point. But since viability has moved earlier, they actually try to distance themselves from this idea of viability, from the baby having rights at viability. So viability only works in our favor.
Yeah, exactly. Because when Roe v. Wade happened in the 70s, we didn't have the medical advances that we have today. Danielle, you're always a wealth full of knowledge on this subject matter. I'm so glad that you did this book for folks. Let them know, again, it is called The Choice. Where can they find it, and what will they find if they read it?
Yeah, in my book, The Choice, The Abortion Divide in America, I really debunk the left's most popular pro-choice myths. Everything from a fetus is a cluster of cells to my body, my choice to abortion empowers women. And you can find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all the main places.
Danielle D'Souza, thank you so much for taking up this fight, opening the discussion up, and letting folks know exactly where most Americans lie on this hot button issue of abortion, unlike what the left and the mainstream media tell us at home. Thank you so much. You're welcome on the show at any time. Tell Dad hi for me.
Thanks so much.
All right, you have a great day. Coming up next, he's got a huge conservative social media presence online. And guess what? Oh, like many of us, he's been suppressed, he's been blocked. They try to shut him up online, but it doesn't happen to our friend Rogan O'Hanley, a.k.a. DC Drano. He's up next.